talking about. I want to draw you to this. The reason why the Kwacha is not doing fine against major foreign currencies is this. When you look at the example that I've just given you, my brother, 250 grams of honey fetching 794 Kwacha overseas. Imagine if we had to export a lot of products which are Zambian made, that would bring in forex, meaning that Kwacha will actually rise against major foreign currencies. But unfortunately today, I'll start with you. The watch, my brother, that you're wearing, the necktie, the nice suit that you have, the shoes, where were they manufactured? And this is what us Zambians are forgetting. And the other thing I'll tell you is that even if every Zambian today was to be, every Zambian were to be employed and they got paid, where would they be buying their things? Let's talk of Nando's. Let's talk of Hungry Lion.
But it's about the industry equally. I mean, if there isn't a favorable industry for Zambians to manufacture local products,
I'm coming to that. Let's talk of ShopRite. ShopRite is foreign. Spar is foreign. You know, we can talk of Food Lovers is foreign. In short, what I'm saying is that we are drinking foreign, we are driving foreign, we are eating foreign. Everything is foreign. At the end of the day, even when you look in this room, the cameras that we have, the television sets, and every computer, everything is foreign. How do we then expect our kwacha to rise against major foreign currencies? And unfortunately, my brother, get me right on this one. Unfortunately, all of us are thinking that it will take politician A or B to be a state house to change this situation.
But don't you think equally government must stop giving out handouts and focus on building the capacity to build innovations that can attract the international community? I mean, every young person right now is looking for an empowerment package because they are unemployed.
Actually, when you look at handouts, I may not understand you very well there, because we are in a COVID-19 era where government has a mandate to make sure that they reach out to people in businesses and the youth, especially who are jobless, of which we know we have more than 80% of our population are youth. But I want to draw you to this, my brother. You know, when you look at the issue of industry, which you mentioned, the question is, who should actually run those industries and who should bring in initiative? We are living in an era where 17 million Zambians are expecting 24 ministers, cabinet ministers, to think on their behalf. We are living in an era where 150...
Because they provide policy. I mean, they provide policy direction.
Thank you very much.
And so they must be in the forefront.
Thank you very much. They provide policy, but should they provide brains? Should they provide thinking? No.
They should provide a favorable environment.
Definitely, and I'll tell you...
where businesses will strive.
Definitely, and I'll tell you to say, if the environment is not favorable, how come a Rwandese would come, you know, with that fear to say, madezi ngati asila ku immigration wazani pisha, would come and thrive in our nation? It is simple. Rwandese are using Ubuntu. How come the Chinese are making it in our country? How come the Indians? It is simple. As Zambians, we have got that thing of selfishness, of wanting to work only alone. It's me, I should be happening. Our friends, when they come to this country, for instance, the Rwandese, they can have 20 shops around Lusaka. And when you look at those shops, they go in a group to a bank like Zambia Industrial Commercial Bank. There are reports there to say, we have these shops and we're asking for this loan and we'll pay back. You get a point. But for us, I want to get a loan which will attract 35-40% to pay interest rate, and then I expect my business to thrive. It can't happen. And this is the more reason why we are promoting cooperative society formation, Ubuntu. This is why we are promoting Genuine Millionaires Movement, an initiative that is bringing Zambians together who have identified different business disciplines where we can put little coins together, which when you look at volumes, can make enough capital.
How sustainable will this millionaires movement be? I know that my director is telling me we're running out of time, but how sustainable will this millionaires movement be if you're only going to be looking at who's got a coin to put where and to put in what pool? What is the strategy around creating this movement? How will it work and how sustainable will it be?
It will be very sustainable. And to just summarize on that, I'll tell you that we recently conducted a survey at Kamwala Trading Center here, and we discovered that 75% of the businesses are in the hands of foreigners. And if it is foreigners who are into fuel, who are into clothing, who are into food and everything, walishu, Lebanese, then what do Zambians own? Zambians own nothing. And having an economy running like this, it's like having a wife and asking your neighbor to love on your behalf. So how sustainable will it be? It will be sustainable because we have started. Yesterday we were with teachers and other civil servants on the copper belt at CBU, and almost 100 people joined. How are they joining? We are actually putting monies together. Next month, we are actually doing groundbreaking. We are beginning real estate. We are beginning dairy. We are beginning fish on the lake and not fish ponds. What people will be doing is we are looking for 100 Zambians per province per project to come in, which will be giving us 1,000 when you look at 10 provinces. I wish I had a lot of time, but in a nutshell, what I can tell you is that we have started registering, and all we are saying that for us, we are not looking at 12th August when we will be voting for economic liberation. For us, we are looking at that Chinese who doesn't care when we are going to vote. While they are busy complaining, they are busy making money. Look at the Indians. A 35-year-old Indian in Zambia owning a fleet of trucks. Why? Because Indians teach their children to say, you cannot inherit my job, but you can inherit my business. So as Zambia, we must wake up and come together through Ubuntu, and cooperative society formation is what is going to happen. Those people who follow me on Facebook, or maybe I can be allowed to give my number.
I was going to ask you to actually give more details of how those that are interested can join this particular movement. Just how do they get to you?
Yeah, definitely. People can get me on WhatsApp, 0975 684 530. 0975 684 530. You can join the Genuine Millionaires movement. We are all about Ubuntu.
So is this just for anyone or those that only have ideas? Because again, this is one of the things that the Ministry of Youth and Sport talk about. You cannot just access a fund, you cannot just access support without a genuine proposal. And I think this is one of the problems that come in when it's time to get support from government, from whatever stakeholder that you may get support from. The Millionaires movement, are you simply saying anyone can participate as long as you've got a coin?
I'll be honest
10
with
kwacha
you.
100 kwacha.
As long as you are a Zambian, you can actually become part and parcel of us. All we are saying that we do not want to promote a cooperative society formation, which is a begging bowl. Countries that have been receiving aid for the past 100 years have continued to bow before some masters.
And you're sure that the Millionaires movement will appreciate the kwacha?
Definitely it's going to do it, because we are looking at ourselves running businesses. For instance, when you look at the filling stations around here, who is running them? Most of them, 90%, if not 95%, are being run by foreigners. Who is buying fuel from them? It is us. The transport business, the trucks that we have around Zambia, the buses that we have, most of them are not in the hands of Zambians. How can the economy improve? We are going to have a situation where most of the people will be just looking to a certain politician A or B to blame. It is not politicians who are going to better our economy. We must wake up as Zambians for this country to move forward.
Mambo Chilekwa, thank you so much for joining us on tonight's edition of Diamond.
It's been a pleasure, man.
Thank you so much for coming through, Mambo Chilekwa. Spearheading this, movement, the Millionaires movement. I hope that you can be a part of it. I can follow him on his Facebook, equally on his WhatsApp as well.